Welcome back to Sidetracked with A and D.
I'm A.
And I'm D.
Let's get right into it. So, how did you survive test week?
Honestly, I do not know how. Like test week, it's all the semester tests basically in 1 week. And I think, luckily at that time, I had fewer modules than I have right now.
Oof.
So I had like 6, maybe 5 tests in that 1 week. So then it was, luckily actually, even though the test week was the following week, the one test was the Saturday before that. So that honestly did help me. The fact that it wasn't all 5 tests in 1 week, more like a week and 2 days, which was better. But I don't think I like test week.
Sam, I wouldn't.
I don't like it because even though now in the second semester we don't have test week. Well, we do, but indirectly we only have test week for one singular module. So it's like, even though we technically do have test week, we don't at the same time, and therefore not all the tests are in 1 week. So we have I remember that in the beginning of this semester we had 3 tests in that first week, and then another 2 the following week, and then another. So it was all spread out, and I honestly prefer that, because having to study for 5 tests in 1 week without sometimes not even a day in between, that is hard.
My head will explode.
Literally.
Does it take you back to grade 8 when you used to write everything in like a week?
It does kind of.
And we used to write like 2 tests.
It does. When you had the morning session or the afternoon, yeah, it takes me back to that.
It was not
honestly
nice.
No.
Glad it's over.
Yeah,
I didn't have tests.
I have no idea how I survived it, honestly.
But it's doable.
Yeah. But actually, we had 2 tests a week in semester 1. Actually, now that I think about it, because obviously there's 2 semester tests per semester, so we had 2. How I survived it twice, who knows?
It's crazy.
Who knows, honestly?
Test week is not for the week.
It's not for the week.
Some people lost.
I hope so, honestly. I need to last. A lot of money has gone into this. I need to last. There's no,
There's no going back.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I was just cruising through in like airplane mode. Just take it one day at a time.
Yeah. Take it how it
one
comes.
test
You know?
at a time. You study for what's first. Literally. First come, first serve.
Did you study earlier for the test?
The first one, yes. And then everything started banking up. And then I was like, okay, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Because I'm luckily in like the first test week, like this test where we only had that minimum like work that we had. So it was like 3 chapters maximum. Maybe 4. But in the second one, it was like you write on everything up to thus far. So it was like 6 chapters and 7. So that second one was definitely worse. That first one, amazing.
But
literally amazing. Luckily, wouldn't want to go back. I'm happy the way things are now.
100%.
Yeah.
And our school is thinking about implementing test week for everyone starting next year.
I don't know.
I don't think I'm going to survive that. I can't write 7 modules in a week.
Okay, actually, you know what? It depends on how many modules you have.
It's fact. But
That's
still, it's still crazy. A week? We're already doing that.
Must do it 2 weeks, I can do.
Yeah.
1. You can't cram everything. I know, not
exactly.
into 1. And then you're expecting me to study to understand.
Exactly. What if you're writing 2 on the same day?
Literally.
What are you supposed to do?
Can't do that.
I can't
do that. And also, like, you do have in-class tests as well during that test week. Like, for example, this semester where we didn't have, for all the modules, we didn't have test week. We only had for some of them. So it was like you had to attend at least 2 out of 3 lectures. So even though you're attending the lectures, you have a class test on that Friday, but at the same time you're writing that Friday at night until 7. No.
Peer abuse, if you ask me.
Literally.
It's a monstrosity.
Literally. I have no idea how I studied. I have no idea how I studied 5 chapters for that test in less than 2 days.
Do you think it helped that you guys didn't have class for some modules?
Yes. Reason being, actually it doesn't even have to be test week. If I'm writing your test in this week,
yes, that's what I'm saying.
We shouldn't have class. No,
exactly.
Because I'm supposed to be using that time to study for your test.
I have other things.
But now I have to come to class for some, and you teach me something that I'm not going to write about
Exactly.
now, only going to write about it in the exam.
Sometimes they teach you the things you're writing about the next day. In
True.
that lecture.
True. That's what happened in the beginning of the semester.
Always happens to me.
Like,
so then you're forced to go.
Yeah.
Which is just...
Also, I feel like when you're forced to understand, when the lecturer actually, like, is good at explaining, and you can understand, you're kind of forced to go, because if you don't understand, you're not going to pass.
Facts.
That's the problem.
100%.
Like, those are quite literally my modules right now.
Because then you have to go sit down and take the time to try to understand, which makes it harder.
It makes it. It takes too much time. That is not funny.
Exactly.
Not funny. I don't think I like the idea of test week.
Same.
I was all for it in the beginning of the year. Now
I'm not for it. I'm against.
Yeah. I've gone through it twice.
Not
it's not really nice.
Participating.
It's not nice. Well, you kind of don't have a choice, but
fact.
don't have a choice.
But, you know, I'd rather not participate.
Yeah. But yeah, do you have any study tips that you would like to give the viewers, basically?
I don't know. I think we're all different when it comes to studying, but I think you should just start earlier and prioritize it. You have to find ways to make studying feel like less of a chore. You know what I'm saying? Like dreading to study. You know, stop scrolling on TikTok.
Stop the social media.
Stop the TikTok.
Literally.
You know, you can start studying after this video.
Yes, I agree with that.
But it's really, even if you do if you study 1 page a day leading up to your test or your exam, you know, I think it's all about finding the motivation, and you just want to have to do it, you know.
True.
If you want to pass, then you have to study, you know. You're not just going to pass merely just by sitting there and be like,
it's not going to happen on its own.
Exactly. So just do it. Who says that? Mike? Is Mike?
I think it is Mike.
Just do it. They're not lying.
So. Isn't it like they catchphrase like yes? Just do it.
You're gonna see that. You just do it. So
I do agree with what you said with starting early, because even though you're starting early, at some point you're gonna fall behind.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
At some point during those exams or this semester test or whatever, you're gonna fall behind. So it is good to start early, and as I said, first come first serve. What you write first is what you study for first.
Oh, 100%.
There's no time to be studying for that test on the last day. Start with the first one that you're writing. That is one main thing that I would say. I also have currently like a whiteboard in my room. Love that thing, because what I do is I start studying by writing down everything on the whiteboard, because it's big.
Oh, it's massive.
It's huge.
Very big.
So I write down every single, because I have so many colors, and that is a fun way for me to study that, because actually my brain remembers things by the colors.
Fact.
The color that I wrote it in, I can tell you,
even if you highlight
literally in the test, I can tell you I wrote that in green and that one in purple. 100%. I can 100% tell you, and I know exactly where it was underneath what I wrote it.
That's because of business, isn't it?
It is.
Because I used to highlight.
It is.
Yeah. Sometimes I used to forget and be like, I know it's highlighted.
Like literally
on page 4.
No, exactly. But what is it between what it is?
Exactly.
Literally. So that is one thing that is currently helping me. I hope.
A whiteboard is a good investment.
Good investment. I agree. 100% agree. Especially if you have like modules where you have graphs and those type of things, that really works, because then you can draw everything in a bigger scale and kind of understand what is going on in your graphs. So that also, because that is how I study economics, literally. And I drew this one diagram once. Did I need to do it again? No, because I still remember. Exactly. I still remember exactly what goes to what. I think it was like something to do with like the production factors. You know that graph. You've done it before.
I've seen
in high school. You've done it before.
Don't miss it though.
Yeah, you don't. You trust me, don't. But I still remember exactly what it was. I remember which color flowed where. I remember underneath I wrote like the explanation of it in like words, basically, in sentences. Still remember that. Didn't need to go restudy that, because somehow I remember it.
Which is such a slay.
And that very, as you said, very good investment. It does work.
It does help.
Trust the science. It does work. I also would say, actually, studying is very hard.
Oh, 100%.
It's very hard.
It's the worst feeling ever.
But it's all about your mentality.
Oh, yes.
Because what works for me might not work for you. But what I would say is like the method behind everything that I do while studying is my mentality when studying. I would say would be to study as much as I can, because I know, for example, I'm writing on Friday. So study as much as I can until Friday, because after Friday there's nothing I can do. You can chill after Friday. You can go on social media after Friday for as long as you'd like. Just try to do, I guess you could. Just try to do everything you can with the time that you have left. Which is why also crying about it doesn't help.
Oh, yes.
Study, don't cry. You can cry after the test. But study as much as you can. Also, mental health.
Oh,
that is important. That is very important, because trust me, you will experience the burnout.
Don't burn yourself out there, you know?
Yeah. Even though you don't try to do it and try to avoid it,
it still happens. It will happen at some point in uni, honestly. You just have to not accept, but expect that it will happen. You know,
100%.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen sometime, at least once, at least. No, I would know from personal experience, but
also making a to-do list. Then you know how much you still have to go. That just motivates me to keep going, because or else I just have more and more things piling up, you know what I mean?
That's how I studied business in the check. I used to have a whole file, and then in the front, like in the first sleeve, you write down the cue cards with everything, then check everything as you go.
I used to keep those. I just threw them
I still
away.
have them.
I had them. I probably still throw them away.
That is...
She said, the things were piling up.
True.
They're
still there. I need to go.
And then my mother was like, that's getting out of my house. Yeah.
Problem is, you don't have siblings. I kind of do, and they use those things after I'm done with them.
Right.
That's the thing.
No.
Because I'm smarter than them, so.
They need you.
They need me. They need my notes. Exactly. I would have appreciated notes from my older siblings, but...
That's rude.
Well, actually, we didn't... Yeah,
we didn't.
It's not the same time. It's not.
Not the same time, not the same.
Yeah, it's definitely
It's not the same language. That's also
actually true. I forgot about that part.
That plays a big role.
I forgot about that part. Everything was not in Afrikaans for them.
Switching to English is a story for another day, but that's such a hard thing.
That was very, very, very difficult. Like
100%.
Especially switching to English in like a subject that you've already done.
100%.
That is even worse, because you're basically starting from scratch, and you kind of have to build like a correlation between what you know and what you're doing now in English for you to understand.
100%.
That was a meltdown that I had at the beginning of the year.
Oh, same. 100%. I feel like appreciate going to school. Not appreciate, but I think it's better going to school. My mother used to tell me it is, but she already put me in a Afrikaans school. There's no going back.
You know what? No, it is better, because now you're bilingual.
Yeah, but you know.
No, because now you're
but now it's hard.
No, but especially if you're planning to like live in South Africa. That is a good thing to have, especially in Pretoria too. That is a good thing to have. And not only can you speak the language, you understand it in the subject that you're doing.
100%. But we used to get judged. But that's a story for another day. We should speak about that.
We should.
That one Plix cashier. Did it happen twice with the same guy?
It did.
It happened twice.
I remember when that was. It did.
Story for another day though.
Yeah. How would you say you deal with unsatisfactory outcomes? Because I can say we've had many of those.
Facts.
Personal experience.
Facts. I think it's about accepting it and just working harder, you know? You have to look at it and be like, okay, what can I do better than what I did the first time? You know what I mean?
Because clearly what you did the first time
didn't work. Exactly.
So you should change something.
But sometimes I'm not the problem.
Sometimes.
The subject is. Because if majority of the flippant class is doing bad, but
not only majority, but if the highest that you have is not even a distinction, that should tell you something.
Yeah,
that should tell you something.
But I think it's about you have to really look at what you did to know what you should do. You know what I mean?
Just look back.
And do that better.
Literally, that's very
how
important.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I look at it like this. If you had an unsatisfactory outcome, maybe you failed a test or even an assignment, I would rather fail an assignment and write a sub, or fail a semester test and write a sub than redo the whole.
I don't want to see that type of mark again.
No,
that's what motivates me to work harder for the next one.
And the thing is, can't really cry about it because life goes on.
Exactly.
And I have a test that following Friday, so I can't.
The world doesn't end.
Literally, if I take some time to cry about it, I quite literally will not study.
It won't do anything, honestly.
Because again, I try to do as much as I can with the time that I have left to study. So I can't cry about it. There's no time. I can cry about it after the test. Yeah. After the test, I can do anything I like.
Yeah.
Literally. Can do anything.
So just
be ready for them. They will come.
They will come.
At least
no matter how hard you work.
Literally.
No matter how much time you spend your face in those books, you're gonna fail one time in uni.
Because trust me, uni is not easy. Nobody cares about anybody. The lecturers don't care.
Oh yeah.
They do not care. At the end of the day, they get paid.
They don't even know your name.
Literally, they get paid at the end of the day.
Oh, 100%.
They do not care.
Exactly.
They do not. Sometimes it's like not even quite literally your fault. You could have studied everything you can. I know people who studied the best they could. They knew the content, and then the test comes out. It has nothing to do with the content, nothing to do with even this module. It's quite literally just something else.
It happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
It does. It does. Literally.
And there's nothing you can do. You get that mark back, and there's nothing you can do but work better to get a better grade for the next one.
I think what makes it sometimes even worse is that you get those outcomes in the test that you felt you did good in.
Oh, yes.
And then it comes back and you did worse
than
that.
You're like, what do you mean? You know?
Like, it's very unexpected. Very unexpected.
So I'm telling you now to expect it.
Literally, it's very unexpected.
It's gonna come. It's gonna pull up.
It is. And all you can do is do better in the second semester test, or if that was the second one, all you can do is do better in the exam. That is all you can do. If all else fails, there's always the sub, if you meet the conditions.
Been there. Writing sub means you failed cute. You failed, but cutesy, so they're giving you another chance.
One positive way to look at that.
Yes, that's...
It's actually the only way to look at that.
Because what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, there's quite literally...
You failed, but not failed.
You failed enough for them to give you...
another chance.
Yes, literally.
You know, so you failed.
Yeah.
You didn't fail.
You failed gracefully.
Yeah.
That is what you did.
Yeah, 100%.
Literally, you did.
But it happens, and you're not the only one going through it.
It's
not the end of the world, honestly.
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
We're going thousands of other students going through it at the same time.
Exactly.
At the same time. Sometimes I do feel like it's worse writing a sub or not even a sub, failing a module in your first semester, especially if that is a prerequisite of a module that you have to do in the second semester or even your next year. So that is like, now I can't continue and I have to repeat that one and redo that one because I couldn't do the other one. And then it's like, what is the reason behind everything, actually?
And one thing is, don't sit and be like, okay, I'll write sub. Sub is harder.
It is harder.
Sub is so much harder than the test.
100%.
And you can only get 50% of sub.
It is way harder.
Sub is a different situation. I thought I was going to fail sub. I didn't though.
As long as you pass, at the end of the day.
A win is a win. If we pass by 1%,
literally,
that's a bad.
Somebody in a week they told us, they were like, if you got 50%, you did good.
Oh.
52, you've tried too hard. You've tried too hard.
You're doing too much now.
That's literally what they told us in the beginning of the year. They're like honestly, these things are hard. And try your best, honestly. Try your best.
Because you can do it.
Literally.
I believe in you.
Your best attempt is good enough. That's what one of my lecturers says. It is good enough. Even like at your homework, like sometimes some of my lecturers have like, we have homework, but you don't, like it's not, so you don't have to submit it. It's not an assignment. You don't get marks for that. And she says, literally, your best attempt is good enough. Like even if you just tried, even you don't even have to finish the question. The fact that you tried and you started is good enough because that means you're understanding. Literally,
you're one step further.
Literally, one step ahead of other people who aren't doing what you're doing right now. You are, and uni is all about the mentality. Honestly, it's all about the outlook. If you look at it positively, you'll be fine.
Like imagine yourself in 20 years driving a Lamborghini. Is that what you want? Then go study, but finish this video.
That will be me.
Exactly.
20 years is a bit far, but that will be me.
15.
That's
10.
also far. 10.
5. 10. Exactly.
Sometimes I just wish somebody would just give me money.
Oh, 100%.
Just give me money.
My mother used to say, I wish I would walk in the mall and then someone would just come up to me and say, here's a bag, and then it's just money.
Just
and I'm like,
money.
We all have big dreams, sis.
Just money.
It will fix so much.
That only happens in America, not in South Africa, sweetie. In South Africa, we don't do such. America maybe, but in South Africa, we are all living the same life.
Because the majority of us?
We're all living the same life.
Maybe it's just the people we hang out with.
Maybe. I saw this one Instagram reel and it was like, is the whole country experiencing poverty? Or is it just, is the whole country broke or is it just me? Because I am living in poverty at this point.
Is this a communal thing? Or
Am
I the only one?
Am I the only one experiencing this?
I told one of our friends to sell food pics. So we can be rich.
Just siphon money off of her.
Yeah. Because I saw a TikTok. A girl literally sold her feet pics and now she's taking her friends to Jamaica.
That is... No, I need such friends.
Exactly. I told her, go ahead and sell those big clothes of yours.
Do it right now. Literally. I want to see it.
But
yeah. Literally. But yeah, moving on. Let's talk about exams quickly. Specifically, exam goals.
Oh.
When setting exam goals, how do you go about it?
My goal is to pass.
That's the goal.
100%. But you still have to. I don't know.
Especially in the exam, actually. Like, if your semester mark is above 80, the goal in the exam is to pass because your semester mark will carry you.
Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
That will boost your mark up.
But if you're not doing good in semester, obviously you have to have a bigger goal for the exam,
Literally.
And also you're screwed.
Yes, you are screwed.
Because the exam is a whole different story.
It is.
It's crazy out there.
Literally, it is a whole different story. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not easy, honestly.
It's not child's play.
It's not.
How?
It's genuinely not.
Because no one cares about you.
Literally, nobody cares.
It's not high school anymore.
Nobody cares. You do your own thing.
The lecturer is not going to be, John, why you didn't submit homework? No.
The lecturer doesn't even know who John is.
They write a 0 and they move on with their lives.
Literally. They don't even do that. The computer does it for them.
Exactly.
They don't know who you are. You're just a number. That is how it is in you. You are just
your little student number.
Literally. You're just a number.
Out of all those many, many people. And they don't care if you pass, if you fail.
Honestly, if you fail, that's more money for them.
100%. But they
because
still don't care.
Repeating. So that's actually more money for them.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
That's why I think uni is a scam.
And yet you're here right now.
No, but you pay all this money to fail, and then you pay it again.
No, I think it depends where you are. Certain places.
Exactly.
Certain places.
Exactly.
I will give UP the benefit of the doubt. But
I love you.
No, I don't. I'm not flying at UP.
Oh hell, no, I'm drowning.
Yeah.
I'm sinking.
Not only am I sinking, it's deliberately pushing me down.
Yes, it feels like I'm holding something very heavy and I'm pushed into the ocean. Can't
Literally.
find my way back up. I
You're
can't
in the middle
keep
of
swimming.
That is literally where you are. But what I would say with setting exam goals, I would say, honestly, don't set too high of standards.
Expectations, yeah.
Because judge based off of how the semester has been going. That is how you should be setting your
100%.
goals. If you haven't been doing that well, you kind of do have to work harder, but you also can't set like, oh, I want a 90.
100.
Because like, be realistic.
Exactly.
Chances of that happening is like me going to the moon. Those are the chances.
With my mother's car.
Literally.
And I can't drive.
Those are the chances. So it's like, sometimes be realistic. Set goals that you can see.
Don't try
not in a
things
tunnel where
you
there's no
can't.
light. Literally.
You
You must be able to see those goals. That is one thing I would say. And not only aim to pass, aim to do good. It does. It does
feel good. To get better than
It
what you
does.
expected.
It does. When you get those marks on that student portal,
100%.
it does.
Feels good.
It does. Because what I want to see when I see that is a pass with distinction.
That's what I like
what
to
wanna
hear.
see.
You know what I'm saying?
That is what not just a pass, not a fail, pass with distinction. That is what I want to see. Those are the results I want.
That's what I like.
So yeah, just set realistic goals. Don't do some crazy stuff now.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Yeah. Also, I would say your exam goals go with hand in hand in how hard you studied and how much of the content you like try to understand. That will set you up to basically achieve your goals. Somebody once told me, one of my teachers in high school once said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Oh, we studied that
Literally.
last semester.
I have no idea. All I know is one of my teachers once told me that.
Which teacher
And
was
it's
that?
really true. English. It's always English.
Y'all had a nice English teacher.
I have nice English teachers. What do you mean? My English
I had
teachers
one.
were so nice.
Wait, I had not many nice English teachers.
Every year, except that other one whose class is on the B block up there. You know, I'll tell you. You know exactly who it is.
English.
You know
Did
exactly.
I have at the same teacher?
I have no idea.
What grade was that?
I can't tell you that.
Nine?
9?
Who were you talking about? We didn't have school in grade 9.
You can't. Yes, we did. You can't remember before grade 10. Your
I
memory
can't
is blacked out
remember
together.
anything.
Your memory is
Before grade
blacked out.
10.
She got married recently. Like last year. Literally, she was friends with our grade 11
English teacher. I hate that girl. I did not
Wow,
like
she was
her.
so nice.
No, not the grade 11 one.
Oh yeah, the other
The
one.
one that's up there.
Yes,
Oh,
the one
hell.
up there.
I did not like.
That's the only not so good English teacher that I.
The one that used
she
to
was
wear the
actually
shirt.
with the shirt
The-
with
with the
yes,
flowers.
with the flowers.
I do
on
not
them.
like you.
I did want to mention that, but then I was like, I can't remember if you were there.
I don't like her whatsoever.
So, but every other English teacher I've had, great, amazing.
I'm fine.
I love my English teachers.
Not the one from last.
I love English and I love my English teachers. If you see this, I love you guys.
I loved your English teacher. I went to her once.
All
for
my
something.
English teachers are great.
She was great.
I'm telling you.
Mine,
I just had luck.
I just know mine didn't like me either. So the feeling is mutual. Sorry.
No, mine like me. Because I remember one day, especially the one from last year, I liked her too. Grade 11, she was, wasn't, I can't remember grade 10. Grade 11 was,
She was fine.
she was fine. Like, she didn't hate me,
She had,
but she was just very,
favorites.
yeah, she had her
She
favorites.
had her, and
She
she
was
was
just-
showing.
But she was a good teacher though. But she was
She
just very
had-
strict with those marks, yo. Especially in
She
those
was
orals.
stingy.
Yeah, stingy, I'm telling
And
you.
she,
In the orals, I'm telling you.
a teacher that has favorites is just the worst teacher ever.
Literally.
You know that one girl.
Yeah. But I was friends
We
with
know
her.
how you feel about those rugby boys.
But I was friends with that one girl, and she gave me the contents of the test because the teacher
Oh.
gave her. And I was like, thank you.
Oh
Give it
yes.
here.
Oh yes.
Thank you very much.
Shout out to her. Why did you unfollow me on Instagram?
I have no idea if I still follow her. I have no idea.
I don't know how I feel about her, honestly. I
Me
don't
either.
care. I don't care.
I'm probably never going to see you again. But
Oh, 100%.
yeah. Other than that, probably never going to see you again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah, my life goes on.
How did we get to this topic? We were talking about setting exam goals.
And now we're talking about
people who are
outside the box.
not here anymore. Literally. Exam goals.
Yeah.
Now I'm blanking.
Same.
Yeah. So as I said, realistic goals. Be realistic. Look at your performance throughout the semester. That will determine how hard you need to work. Do aim as high as you can though.
But not too high.
Not too high. Not unreachable. Not unattainable.
Be realistic. Because if you're gonna set yourself a 90 and you get a 75, how's that gonna feel? You know?
It's gonna crush you.
Yeah.
You're just setting yourself up for failure.
Do things you can't.
Yeah, because you're just setting, as I said, you're setting yourself up
I
for
know
failure.
they say reach for the stars, but be realistic when you have to reach for the stars.
Literally.
Sometimes you have to reach in the tree.
Literally, you have to. You have to pick that apple.
Exactly.
Because that's all you can
reach.
Literally, that's all you can reach.
And then when you're in the apple tree, then you can start working your way up to reaching to the stars.
One step at a time.
Yeah, one day at a time.
Literally.
My mother always says her grandpa used to tell her that running is the same as walking. Because in the end, you're going to get there. No matter how fast.
That is actually true.
You know what I mean?
Actually, that is so true. Even like if you looked at the stories that we were told as a child. This was, I think it was called the tortoise and the hare or something like that.
Yes.
That is literally what that story tells you. That is literally the message.
Exactly. Who won? The tortoise.
So then steady wins the race, guys.
Exactly.
As long as you get that at the end, that is the goal. That is the goal. Literally.
100%.
That is 100% the goal. And I would say, guys, you are gonna be fine.
Yes.
You are gonna be fine.
Work hard.
Just work hard, study, do take some breaks here and then, but try to do as much as you can with the time that you have left. As much as you can. That is literally, and remember, if there's one thing that you can take from this video or this episode is that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You need to have a plan behind everything you do.
100%.
Literally. That must be the one thing that you take from this video. The one thing. But yeah.
So, moving on, how do you make time to relax during those stressful times of the exam seasons?
That 15 minutes before I go to bed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
Actually, my relaxing is sleeping.
Same. That's when my problems are not there.
Exactly. That's when I can go to dreamland and do whatever I want to.
It's the best feeling.
Literally.
I know so many can relate.
Literally. Sleeping is my therapy.
Exactly. It's what keeps me calm.
Literally. I can sleep. Actually, I want to sleep for 10 hours. Can I? Yes. Should I? No.
There was a time I used to sleep too much.
I know, you used to take naps during
I used to
naps
sleep
and sleep at
6 hours straight. I used to nap more than I sleep at night.
That was before matric.
Oh yes, that ruined me.
Before you had to study.
I used to take a nap after school. Oh, those used to slap though. I used to be drained after school.
I couldn't take naps until matric. That year was so tough.
It was taking me
It
out.
was, especially in the beginning of the year. Well, what do you mean? It's February and somehow I'm feeling like I've been at this for a year.
Exactly. Like, guys, calm down. I just arrived.
Literally, let me take a break first.
Please and thank you.
Yeah. Dude, with that being said, do take your time to relax, whatever that may be.
And don't study for 5 hours straight. You know what I mean?
I can't do that.
5
Honestly,
hours.
that works better.
Without a 15-minute break, yeah.
That you wanna know why I say that works better for me?
The
reason being, I'm locked in. As soon as I break that focus, it will take me an hour to get back into it, and then by that time I wanna go sleep.
I can't do that. I have to take it.
That's how I used to study for
an hour, 15 minutes, an hour,
No, if I take breaks, because that 15 minutes turns into 30 because I'm on my phone. It turns into 30 and then I'm like, oh wait, it's 3:32, so now I need to wait until 4. That's how the cycle goes.
If you're gonna do that, things are not gonna work the way
that's how the cycle goes.
You don't have to study on an even number. Nothing's gonna happen if you don't, you know.
I do.
You do, but you really don't.
Trust me, I'll be sitting at my desk by 25 past, so that by 1/2 past I'm there. By 1/2 past I have pen in my hand and I'm ready.
The earlier you start, the better, though.
No.
Yes.
Yes for you, but no. For me, no. I'm a numbers girl. You're not a numbers person. I need the numbers to be even. I need everything in
Don't
my
look
life
at
to
the
be
time
even.
then. Stop looking at
No, I look at the time at the beginning. I need everything to be even. I'm a numbers girl.
If you say you're gonna start at 1:30, start at 1:30.
I will be starting at half
Don't
past.
wait. If it's 31, then you're gonna have to start at.
That is why that's why you're supposed to be sitting at your desk by 25 past, so that by half past, pen in your hand and you're writing.
Ready to lock in.
Literally. Because for me, once I'm locked in, I'm locked in.
On your marks, already set.
Literally. As soon as I break that focus, it will take me time to get back into that groove. And then I study slower, I get more tired, I want to go sleep, I want to go do this and that, and then that's how the cycle goes.
100%.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I relax after the test.
Same. I take my time and be like, I've worked hard.
Literally. Because do as much as you can with the time that you have.
Exactly.
You can do whatever you wanted to do before the test. You can still do it after the test. It's not running away.
Exactly. It's gonna be
Literally,
there.
it's gonna be there.
If you're not, the club's still gonna stand.
Literally.
Unless they burn out.
Maybe you shouldn't be thinking about that the day before the test.
Fact. Some people do. Some people we know.
True. I do know what works for me, especially when it's with relaxing and doing that when I'm studying, especially when I'm studying like accounting. It's not really I have to study, like I have to be reciting my words.
You just have to
have to understand, and therefore like it's just practice, which also mathematics that works great with, and like statistics, any of that works great with that for me. I don't know about you, but for me that works. I can't listen to music. That doesn't work for me because I'll be singing the song more than I'm actually studying. So I do like watching like a YouTube video, Netflix, anything, a show, just in the background. Like I'm not physically looking at my phone, but I'm listening to it. Like the thing with music for me is, it's the fact that I know the words, I can sing along. But when it comes to a show, I don't know what's coming next. So I can't really be reciting it with the show.
That's the thing for me with the show. I want to know what's coming, so I'm gonna be like,
no, I've been watching shows for
the whole time,
so much of my life, and movies by not looking at my phone, like just listening. I've been listening to shows for literally so because I need to multitask. I need to be washing the dishes, be cooking, so it's playing in the background.
100%.
It's quite literally, even when I'm like, it's just playing in the background.
It's a background thing,
literally. And I honestly can't do accounting anymore without listening to a show or movie. And something needs to be played, because if it doesn't play, my mind runs to other things, and then I can't focus.
What show are you watching right now? The Crown. You still in The Crown?
No, I'm done with that one.
She started 2 years ago.
I skipped a couple seasons. It was really boring.
That's so funny.
I skipped a couple. I skipped half of season 4 and season 5. That was just boring. I just wanted to see William and Kate. Everything else, I was like, Charles was annoying me, so I skipped the whole Charles and Diana situation. I skipped that. I'm like, I'm out. What am I watching actually?
I'm almost done with season 7 of Vampires. I think I have 2 episodes. That season is so pathetic. That season, why did they go on with the show anyways? Honestly. Season 7? What's that? The randomest things happen, like it's crazy. Alaric and Caroline are getting married.
Why?
What the hell?
How did that? Where did what?
Exactly. No one lives in Mystic Falls anymore.
I think that's why I forget everything that I've watched. Like I can't remember what happens in anything anymore, because I'm more like listening to the thing than, which is why other podcasts I can't listen to them, because I physically want to listen to the story and hear the story, but I can't. But I'm currently rewatching The Flash.
Oh, you love that show.
I love that. I've watched it so many times.
I didn't get through one episode.
And I watched one episode of Grey's Anatomy because Disney Plus felt it was appropriate to only upload one.
Oh, what's the point of that?
Can't continue. I'm also watching Blackish.
Oh, I've seen
Blackish. It's fun.
Well, I haven't seen it, but I've seen about it.
It's fun. Mixed-ish wasn't for me. Grownish, I watched one episode.
Did you watch The Office?
No, that was so boring.
Isn't it like 70 seasons? That's boring.
What?
Did you watch Modern Family?
Yes, I did. I love Modern Family. I've watched
Young Sheldon?
Yes, I love that one too.
You watched The World. Okay, moving on from that.
Wait, one last show I wanted to mention. No, I forgot the show. Oh, How I Met Your Mother.
Oh.
That was a slay. There was like 10 seasons.
Oh, that's a lot.
I kind of want to rewatch that one too.
I can't deal with a show that has more than 3 seasons.
Yeah, but that's because you can't finish them.
I hate it. I think I've been watching Grey's Anatomy for 5 years.
I love things with many seasons because that tells me I still have so much to go through.
I hate that.
And it motivates me to watch even more.
I get annoyed and bored of everyone. Matt Donovan is so pathetic in season 7.
I do.
I'm sick of him. Since season 4, I've been sick of him. He threw everyone out. He was somehow engaged. Didn't know when or how that happened. Anyway, but moving on.
I'm questioning it.
Yeah, so make time to relax.
Yeah. One thing I would like to say, and actually, even though I've said there's one thing that you should take from this video,
this is the second thing.
There's another thing. You should take the fact that at the end of the day, your assignments and attendance that will save you.
They carry
when
you.
I say save you,
they carry
will carry you past the finish line. Even if you pass just like this, they will carry you. You will make it.
100%.
Literally. Because those count at least
5.
More than that.
Yeah. Like, no, but attendance.
Yeah, attendance counts like 5 to 10% max.
Yes.
But like your assignments, those count like 40%. You need that 40%.
Get to them.
Literally, if you have your assignments and those modules that take attendance, if you have those two, you can quite literally get exam entrance. You don't even need the semester test. You've just got entrance.
That's how I did it.
Literally, you don't need the test.
Because sometimes the assignments are so easy that you can get 100. You can get 190. You can get something high, which is gonna carry you. It's gonna carry you. It's gonna get you through it. You know. And it also just contributes so much. That could take you from a 70 to a 75.
Literally.
75 to an 80, you know?
That is why it saves you. Like, it counts so much that
it can save you.
Sometimes it even counts more than your singular semester test. Sometimes. That's how it is in some of my modules.
Yeah.
Like you get the assignments count 40% and then the one test counts 30.
Yeah, same.
You need that 40% more than you need that. Okay, I do get you need the other 60%, but
still,
even if you get 50%, that's 15 out of that 30% that it contributes to your mark. If you've already got like 40 or 45, you've literally passed that. You've got through the door. That is the point. That is the point. You should take that. That is the second thing that you should take from this episode.
So those weekly assignments, get to them.
Do them ahead of schedule.
Go to class. Go to class.
Yes, go to class.
If they take
attendance, go. Literally
get
go.
to it.
If you have even things like bonus marks, those are amazing.
We had a bonus assignment. I needed it. I got 5 out of 5.
As you should.
Because it's not
so
hard. Those bonus thingies,
literally,
sometimes they're not as hard as you think they are, you know?
They're not.
They're easier. They're much easier to get a good mark in them than it's going to be in the exam or it's going to be in the semester test.
I do know, for like example, I have in my accounting module, we have bonus marks, but it's like your tests and your assignments, they already count 100%. And then there's an extra 10 bonus marks for if obviously chances are not very highly that you're gonna get 100% for every single thing that entire semester.
And if you do, then you have 110.
Literally. So like I remember last semester I got like the semester the bonus marks, they call them beans. So you have 30 beans. There were 30 something, like 32. And even if you get 30 out of 32 or 33, you already have 10 out of 10, because at the end of the day they divide that and then make it to a mark in 10. You're gonna get 10. Actually, even 29. If you had 29, anything when it was above 9.5, you'd get 10. That is literally how my mark got boosted. That semester mark, you do need it, because my semester mark was like in the 80s. With that 10 out of 10, it went to 90.
That's a big slap.
You need those. Literally,
It helps.
It does help. And that will boost your exam mark. Your final mark, that will boost it. It does help. Do as much as you can to get those. You 100% need them.
You want them, you need them. You should.
You literally. You will only survive if you have them.
Yes.
You will survive.
Unless you plan on getting 100% in semester.
That too.
Which is hard.
But that's harder.
So it's much easier to do the assignments.
That is a guarantee rather than because you don't know what's going to be in the test or the exam.
Yeah.
You don't. Don't know how they're going to ask it. You have no idea. If this is most likely your first year, you quite literally have no idea.
You're experiencing things for the first time.
Literally, you are. So you have no idea. Do your assignments. Go to class. Get those attendance marks. You do need them. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You do. You do need them. They will get you from a 60-something to 70. From a 70-something to an 80. Even from an 80-something to a 90.
Which is amazing.
Even a 40-something to a 50. You do need those.
There can be the difference between a fail and a pass.
Literally.
Exactly.
They can be what defines how you pass. Literally.
But your marks don't define who you are.
They don't.
That's something that we all have to accept. They do not they don't mean you're dumb.
It doesn't.
So, because we all fail sometimes. And it's okay.
It is okay.
Yeah.
You will get through it. It's not the end of the world. It's not. If only younger self could know that, but it's not the end of the world.
I want to slap my younger self. She should have started studying then. She was busy playing outside. Go sit down, study. I'm just kidding. But seriously, on a serious note, something else you want to add?
No, I think I've said everything that I wanted to say. All my tips, everything, what I do and what works for me. Actually, at the end of the day, do what works for you.
Yes.
Because what works for me might not work for you.
If you have your system, stick with it.
Stick with it.
But
if your system is not working, maybe
you have to
change it a bit. Adapt. Because this is a different ball game. It's not the same as matric. It's not the same as high school. It's not. You need to adapt.
It's not child's play anymore.
Literally, it's not. You do need to adapt and do what works for you. Yeah. Do check out our other episodes that we have on the channel. And also, if you are a fellow accounting student or numbers girly, or actually numbers guy, then do check out our other episodes. If you do like to listen to something while you are studying or understanding your work, do that. But thank you for watching, guys.
Thank you. See you next time.